A photographer has several responsibilities. First of all, the practice of photography is both an art and a profession. If it's an art and you're practicing as an art, the only responsibility you have is to yourself, to express yourself through your art. That's one kind of responsibility. But if you're a professional, you have another responsibility. For example, if you're a photographer who works for a newspaper, you are the eyewitness, the person who observes what is going on in the world for the readers of that newspaper. Well, therefore, you have a very great responsibility. You have the responsibility not only to seek out what is interesting, but to report it honestly. So there are several responsibilities there. A photographer is an eyewitness observer, basically. And as such, the photographer has to be alert. If they are going to be representatives of a publication, they should try to be as objective and unbiased as possible. They should make their photographs with truthfulness and honesty. And those are the main responsibilities. They're the responsibilities of a writer on the paper, too. Photographs did a great deal to persuade the public that it was necessary to do something. Right. Just as in the past, I mentioned Lewis Hine. Lewis Hine's photographs of the little girl in the cotton mills in Carolina made the public aware of the need for legislation to stop child labor. Well, in the FSA program, the photographs that I took in the Dust Bowl in 1936, the Dust Bowl was an area that was rapidly turning into a great American desert. It was a very serious problem. The soil was being whipped up by the prevailing winds that went from the west to the east. It got so bad one day in New York City, they had to turn on the lights in the middle of the day at noon, because it was so dark from dust that was blowing from Oklahoma and Colorado and New Mexico clear across the country and blotting out the sun. So the photographs that I made in the Dust Bowl area were widely circulated, and they had a lot to do with support for soil conservation and proper methods of farming, loans to farmers, and everything related to that. Some of the photographs that I've made have actually benefited other people. The photographs that I made of the sharecroppers, for example, helped change the laws. The photographs in the Dust Bowl helped create soil conservation practices, so that today, if you went to that same area, you'd find that the whole section is planted in wheat, and it's a green area instead of a sandy Dust Bowl. And it's given me the satisfaction of doing something useful and worthwhile.